Hi everybody, this is Becca, and you guys have your first reading journal assignment coming up this week, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I expect from your reading journals. And this is your assignment sheet, and I got here by going to assignments and then to assignment descriptions. And here you will find the assignment sheets for all of your assignments. If you are not looking at these before you do your assignments, you probably want to do that because I'm going to tell you exactly what I expect from you guys in these assignment sheets. So I went to reading journals and that pulled up the journal instructions. So you might be like, oh my goodness, week 2, I already have a paper due. I don't want you guys to panic about these reading journals. These are a way for me to see how you guys are writing and for you guys to get the chance to get some feedback from me on a formal paper before you write some of your longer papers that are worth more points. So here's what I expect from you guys for your journals. These are going to be formal papers, so I do expect you guys to have an introduction, thesis, and conclusion. This is practice for you guys, writing a formal paper, so make sure that you do not skip these things. Introduce your topic, include a thesis statement, and make sure you end your paper with a conclusion. You will also need to have in-text citations and a works cited page, so make sure that you have those things as well. I'll talk about those things a little more here in a minute. You do have a prompt for your paper. Make sure that you look at that prompt carefully, and that is what you are focusing on in your paper, because those are the things I'm going to be looking for. These are going to be focused papers, so you need to focus on what's in the prompt, and don't feel like you need to find every single example to support your answer to the prompt. I have here in bold, because I really mean this, it's better to provide 1 or 2 well-explained examples or answers to the prompt than just a list of a whole bunch of different things. I am looking for, can you answer this prompt and can you support your answers? So if you can find 1 or 2 really good examples and you can explain what they mean, that is much better than just listing a whole bunch of different ideas. So the idea here is that you're going to essentially, just like you would for a discussion board, answer the questions, but you're going to add in that introduction, thesis, and conclusion, which should give you your 400 words as opposed to the 200 words for the discussion board. 400 words there, I'm not real strict on the 400 words. You need to have at least 400 words, but if you go over, that's okay. But be reasonable. If you find yourself doubling that word count or writing 1,000 words, you really need to consider, are you doing this? Have you provided 1 or 2 well-explained examples? Are you providing way more information than you need? Make sure that your answers are focused, because you shouldn't need to go too far over the 400 words to support your answer. So let's see here. Let's talk a little bit about the introduction, thesis, and conclusion. If you are not sure, how do you write your introduction? How do you write your thesis? What should you do for the conclusion? You can go to the assignments section of Blackboard, and there's this folder that says tutorials, resources, and helpful information. And in that folder, there is another folder called writing skills. And in that folder, there is a resource on thesis statements, 1 on introductions, and 1 on conclusions. In your introduction, basically, I'm looking for, do you introduce your topic? Do you make it so that your reader knows what on earth this paper is going to be about? In your conclusion, I'm looking for, do you wrap up the information in your paper? Does your paper come to a conclusion? Does it end? And not just cut off. Your thesis statement, you should outline the main ideas of your paper. Your reader should be able to read just your thesis statement and know this is what the paper is going to be about. You can use the prompt to help you with your thesis statement. So look back to the prompt. What do I need to answer in my paper? And use that to help you write your thesis. If you're not sure how to set up your paper in MLA format, I do have a sample paper format for you here. So make sure that you are setting up your paper in MLA format. This folder also has lots of resources on other editing things. So if you know that you have problems with fragments or commas or transitions, you can use this folder to help you with those as well, as this will be a formal paper. I did ask you as well to include MLA citations, both in text and works cited page. There is also a folder in here for MLA citation resources. And that will give you all kinds of help that you need there for citations. You're citing something from our textbook, so if you go to the example citations here, there are going to be example citations, and you are doing something, an essay and an anthology, a work from an anthology, which is something from your textbook. So that's the example that you will need to use to cite a work from your textbook. So let's get back to our folder here. You will also be submitting this paper to Turnitin, and if you are unsure how to submit to Turnitin, there's also a Blackboard tutorial here that will walk you through how to submit a paper to Turnitin. So those things are all there for you. Other things on these